Well, big news, guys. Back out here again. Just watching the weigh-ins. I got in, and I was like, okay, well, let's see what the weigh-ins are about. And I started to see some concern that Arman Tsarukyan wasn't weighing in. There was 20 minutes left, and um, yeah, there's just a lot of big news. Well, Arman Tsarukyan has pulled out. We'll just watch the video. We'll just
Islam said,
so.
"What's up, everybody? I have some breaking news for you this morning. Around 1 a.m., we received a call from Arman Tsarukyan, who informed us that he was experiencing significant back pain due to the injury. He feels like he is not healthy enough to compete. So, he is out of the fight. Stepping in to face Islam Makhachev for the title will be Renato Moicano. Moicano's been on a tear since moving up to 155 pounds and currently holds the longest active win streak amongst all fighters in the top 10 of the lightweight division. He's won 6 of his last 7 fights, including his last 4 in a row, with 3 of those coming by finish. The guy is an absolute savage, and every fight he's in is a war. He weighed in on championship weight to be prepared as the backup in case something happened. And when we spoke to him this morning, I can tell you he wants this fight. And when I called Islam, Islam said, "Brother, I am the champion. I don't care who it is. I will fight anyone." Ladies and gentlemen, the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev, versus Renato Moicano for the lightweight title. Live tomorrow night from the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. I will see you there.
I mean, that's a crazy thing. It's really crazy. Like, I mean,
What's up?
Renato Moicano, he weighed in 155 pounds, championship weight. Islam also weighed in, championship weight as well. So I think Renato Moicano was a backup. I didn't know he was a backup for this fight, but it's good to know. But thankfully, we have someone replacing this main event instead of just being Marab being the main event. But the odds have changed. I mean, if you look at DraftKings right now, Islam is now a minus 900 favorite. Renato Moicano is a plus 600, which makes a lot of sense. It makes a ton of sense why Islam and Renato Moicano are so far apart when it comes to this, because this is going to be a very hard fight for Moicano, and I think Islam is just going to come in there and do really well. But here's the thing. I think Renato Moicano will do really well in this fight, just because he's prepared for a similar opponent, you know? But let's go into what I think could be the prediction for this fight. So, obviously right now, for Beneil Dariush, he has no fight right now. They replaced his fight with Gelton Almeida and Sergey Spivak on the main card. And for what's going to happen with Beneil, I don't know. I think they might give him like some short notice opponent, but I really doubt it. They might move a fight with him in a later card, which I think it makes a lot of sense, you know? And I think that this is going to be a really good fight. This is going to be really good, right? It's crazy because this is such a weird matchup, because we're getting a good grappler and probably a decent striker against a good striker and a good grappler, you know? Like, Renato Moicano kind of reminds me of Charles Oliveira, you know, focusing on the half guard and stuff like that. But the thing is, he kind of stays in half guard. But Islam, he tries to go for the choke, and I think this is going to be a very hard opponent for Moicano. If I were to make a pick right now, well, I think it's very easy. I'm going to go with Islam, and I'm going to go with Islam by submission. Just because, well, Islam's not knocking anybody out with his punches. And I don't think Moicano's that, like, I don't think Moicano's going to get easily beat on the feet. But if it gets to the ground, I think Moicano's going to have some trouble, you know? He's definitely going to have some trouble. But it's very interesting to see. But I think Moicano's going to get submitted in this fight. And, I mean, it's just crazy, you know? Very crazy. Very crazy stuff, man. So, we'll see what Moicano said about this fight.
Manny Moicano is coming for the belt. Be ready, Islam Makhachev. Tomorrow is money time. Man, I'm so happy that I got this opportunity. I have been working for this for a long time and I knew that could happen. That's why I was training 5 rounds, that I was training with a southpaw. I'm ready, and tomorrow I'm going to shock the world. Be ready, because I am. This is Manny Moicano, and tomorrow I will be the champion of the world. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Time to go. Manny Moicano.
Yeah, so, I mean, Moicano's hyped. I'm hyped. It sucks that we don't, it sucks just how Arman Tsarukyan got pulled out of that fight due to injury. Like, a lot of things can happen during weigh-ins and stuff. A bunch of freak stuff can happen. But it's just weird, I heard it's a back injury, but there's also rumors that it's a neck injury as well. So, or maybe it's just a neck injury, and it's just weird stuff. It's weird stuff, and we'll see. We'll see how this fight turns out, because honestly, I'm very interested to see what happens with this fight. I'm really interested to see, like, what could potentially come out of this. We can discuss, like, how is this fight gonna affect Michael Chandler's putting his views on it as well. I mean, this is crazy, For a number 10 guy to get a title shot against Islam Makhachev, we haven't seen that before, And we've seen kind of low ranked contenders getting a title shot. We've seen Khalil Roundtree and Steve Erceg, get title shots when I think Steve Erceg was number 10. So this isn't the first time a number 10 guy got a title shot. But it's interesting to see, because if Moicano does win this fight, he will be the lowest ranked contender to ever get the title. I think Jamal Hill was number 8 when he got the title, and I think he's the lowest ranked contender to win the title. But Moicano's 10, and this is a very interesting fight. But I just don't see. I don't see. I just don't see Islam really losing to Moicano. But it's the fight game. We really don't know. Sean Strickland pulled up on short notice to fight Israel Adesanya, right? And now and then he destroyed Adesanya. But we'll see. I think it's a very good fight. There is an interesting I just saw this on Twitter right now. That they might set up a fight between Grant Dawson and Beneil Dariush, which honestly I think is a good fight, and I think he definitely deserves. I don't think he deserves a top 10 matchup, but I think he deserves a good opponent, right? But it's interesting to see, very interesting to see. But man, I can't wait. I can't wait for this, and yeah, we'll see. But let's just talk about, like, title shots, going to these contenders, low-ranked contenders, right? And I really respect Islam after this. He did not have to take this fight. He did not have to change up his opponent one day before, but he took this fight. He was like, I'm willing to do this. This is something John Jones would never do. John Jones, if his fight was a short notice fight, he would never take it. If it was, these Dagestanis don't really take short notice fights. Khabib, on the other hand, he pulled out of this Tony Ferguson fight multiple times due to a lot of mysterious things. And it was nice to see, Islam, stepping up to fight these short notice guys. He stepped up to fight against, Volkanovski. He fought Poirier on foreign soil. He fought Volkanovski in Australia in foreign soil. And it's crazy shit. It's crazy shit, man. And, Islam, maybe he kind of deserves to be kind of the BMF. He takes fights. He does all this stuff. Maybe not like BMF material. I don't see him fighting Max for the BMF title, but for sure he is a fighter who will fight anybody. And I think this is a good one. This is going to be a good fight. I think Moicano's going to bring it in this fight. And we'll see. I think we will see for sure. But this is crazy, If Moicano does pull this upset, what does this mean for the division? I mean, I'm gonna search up like the UFC lightweight UFC rankings right now because I think Islam is I'm thinking but Moicano's 10 right now. Islam is the champion, obviously, but yeah, it's crazy. If Moicano does pull up this upset, if he somehow defeats Islam, it's gonna be crazy for sure. I think they'll definitely give him Islam a rematch. If not, Islam might move up to welterweight. But I think if we're talking about just the broad implications, I think Islam is gonna move up to welterweight regardless if he wins or loses this fight. But it's just been known that Beneil Dariush will not fight tomorrow night, and I think that makes sense. I just don't. And okay, so there's more details. So apparently Arman injured his back while cutting the final pounds last night. It got worse overnight. Arman withdrew around 7 a.m. this morning. Renato Moicano was aware of the issue, so likely he knew he was getting the shot. And Arman has not been promised an immediate title shot upon his return yet. So I think this is interesting. Now we get to see. So Arman is not getting Arman has agreed to not I guess Arman really hasn't agreed, but they have said that Arman will not get an immediate title shot. I don't know if this fully is true. It's just it's interesting, but it's it is definitely interesting to see, like, what will Arman's next fight be. He did pull out of this fight. He did kind of ruin the card a bit, and we'll see what Ariel Helwani thinks about this. This is all new stuff.
Has dramatically changed. The new main event is Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano. How the hell did we get here? Well, of course, the original main event was Islam versus Arman too. Arman was at the press conference yesterday. All was good. Left the press conference. That was at around 7 p.m. local time. Was cutting weight and had no issues. No issues all camp. Healthy, no problem. Was like 8 or so pounds over. Was en route to making weight, and then injured his back while making weight. Was in a lot of pain. UFC medical staff went to check him out. He was not in good shape. Couldn't move, I'm told. Was not in a good spot to fight. They agreed to obviously wait it out, see what would happen. In the morning, he had to the weigh-in started at 9 a.m. local time, 12 on the east, and then at around 6-7 a.m. local time, the plug was pulled. Couldn't move, got worse, was in worse shape, and late last night, a couple hours after they went to check him out, calls started to go to Moicano's team about stepping in on short notice, weighing in at 155. Worth noting that one of Moicano's head coaches, Pahumpa of ATT fame, is also a coach of Arman Tsarukyan, so he was obviously aware. Not suggesting that that's a bad thing, but just that Moicano knew you got to make 155. You may be fighting for the belt. Moicano was the right choice. Obviously, he's on the winning streak. He's got all the momentum right now. He took a short notice fight against RDA many moons ago, not quite 24 hours notice, but of course he was supposed to fight on this card. Now here he is getting to fight for the belt on a little over 24 hours notice. And then, today, there's a very good chance when Moicano stepped on the scale this morning to make 155 that he knew he was going to fight for the belt because the word came down a couple hours before the official weigh-ins. Dana White has officially announced the news. It is, in fact, 1,000% official. It's Islam Makhachev against Renato Moicano for the UFC lightweight title. Arman or his team haven't been told that they are guaranteed a title shot. Obviously gutted, obviously disappointed. It would make a lot of sense. The winning streak speaks for itself. He has earned it. But of course, if Moicano wins tomorrow and Islam loses, he's going to get an immediate rematch. So you never know. This game is a crazy one. People have gotten title shots and have lost them and haven't gotten them. back. You would hope that the universe would correct itself and that he would get it, but that's a different topic for a different day. For now, though, Arman Tsarukyan out, Islam Makhachev in. Breaking news. Did I say Arman Tsarukyan out? This is how crazy it is. Arman Tsarukyan out, Renato Moicano in, UFC lightweight title going down in a little over 24 hours. First UFC pay-per-view of the year into a dome, and we start with massive drama.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That it's really crazy. I mean, I don't see him winning this fight. I don't see that, like, Michael Chandler wants to get in. Don't give him the title shot. He doesn't fucking deserve it. But so it's crazy shit. It's crazy shit. Crazy stuff. I think these are the opening odds right now. Yeah, -900, +600 for Moicano. I think this makes kind of sense. I feel like Islam should be like a -1,000, -1,100. Just because, I mean, I'm not saying Moicano isn't good, but I'm just saying that there's levels to this. There's Islam and then there's Moicano when it comes to the striking and grappling being well-rounded, and they're both well-rounded fighters. But I compared to Islam, but Moicano is levels below, and it'd be crazy. I don't see Islam KOing Renato Moicano. I don't see him really giving him so much problems on the feet. But I do see an early submission. I do see Makhachev taking him down, maybe getting an arm triangle, or maybe going for a guillotine. Not a guillotine. Going for a Darce. I think he'll definitely try to submit him very easily in the first round or the second round. It depends, Moicano's takedown defense is a bit suspect. He has gotten taken down before, but we'll see. We'll see for sure. I'm putting my picks in right now. Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano. I will have Islam by early submission. I think that's a very, very easy bet now. It's up to 1250 now. So the thing keeps increasing. So yeah, it's something. It's something very weird, right? Very weird. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's really all for this video. More about the title shot, like Arman not getting an immediate title shot. That's because I don't think it's because we don't think Arman deserves it, but I just think that Islam, if he does lose this fight, he will get an immediate rematch just because Islam dominated the division. He had multiple title defenses. It just makes sense, And also Islam's just like a big star, I think it just makes sense to have that rematch. If not, I think Islam would get that title back, but for sure I think Islam is gonna win this. I'm not saying Moicano's bad. I just think Moicano isn't ready, and I just think Islam is just levels beyond him. It's just true, And I was looking forward for this fight, very. And Islam Makhachev just commented, what does this title represent? It means you're the best in the world, and if you're the best in the world, it doesn't matter who's going to be standing across from you. What do I say? No, never. Let's do this. Yeah. Crazy shit, for sure. Crazy stuff. And let me check the betting odds right now. I think they updated them, so let me check. Maybe I'll just go on my computer. Why not? Hard Rock Bet. There. Bro, I gotta log in. There. Whatever. I'm not trying to sign in. But let me check on my phone real quick because I'm already signed in. So looks like odds aren't in yet. But based on DraftKings right now, I don't think Hard Rock bets because that's what I use. But your betting odds right now, plus 800, plus 550. Renato Moicano. It seems like the odds are kind of stabilizing a bit. It's a bit confusing. It's a short notice fight. Oh, Chris Weidman retired. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. I'm just seeing this. Yeah, I mean that's great. I was kind of expecting this, but it's nice to see. Sometimes someone has to like realize like they have to quit. But yeah, crazy shit. Arman not getting the immediate title shot. That's interesting. Islam. Yeah, I think but Islam still wins this, I think he'll move up to welterweight. I don't think he would fight Arman, just because he's interested. He showed interest in moving up to welterweight. He doesn't want to keep defending the title. That's interesting to see. I think if Islam wins this and he decides to stay, I think Arman would get the next title shot. Definitely over Charles Oliveira, for sure. I don't see any other legitimate contender, apart from those two, Arman and Charles Oliveira. But I think he'd get it over Charles, just because Arman did beat Charles. So, it's crazy stuff. And, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Moicano taking this fight on 1 day's notice. I mean, the man is a beast. He is a beast. He will do anything, and yeah, like Bilal Muhammad. Nobody remembers the name. Yeah, it's crazy. Khabib and Ali and Kinta after Tony pulled out. Crazy. I think it was that. Yeah, Tony pulled out, and then that was because Conor vacated the title. So yeah, Chris Weidman retired. Renato Moicano stepping in on short notice to fight Islam Makhachev. Beneil Dariush is out of the card. Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak is on the main card now, and Arman Tsarukyan will not get the immediate title shot. And yeah, interesting stuff. Very, very, very interesting for sure. But yeah, that'll be all for this video.